Hello everyone, welcome back to another Smart Money Sundays. Now, I'm going to start this off straight with the DXY. Now, I did wait over the weekend mainly because we had war tensions and I wanted to see how Monday would open, if there were any gaps, etc. There wasn't. But just going over previous week's analysis, right, what we ended up seeing was the second scenario I had highlighted where we see the low of 97 get taken out. Okay, now what I'm basically waiting to see is if this level actually holds, okay, or if we actually push down lower. Okay, now you don't want to get into the trap where you're gonna see a lot of traders do just ultimately buy this level expecting a reversal. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're likely going to see some sort of trap, a range occur, take out the lows, possibly, then see a reclaim of 98, right, which is that previous structure, and you ideally want to see this level hold, okay, right, because if this level doesn't hold, then you're just like to see a rollover back down to range lows to potentially make new lows. So you want to wait to see structure hold and then long into the $100 region. That's the main scenario I'm waiting for. Okay, I want to ideally see a trap occur first, take some liquidity from the lows before we see that push in, and I would like to see something like this occur into FOMC, which is on Wednesday. Okay, so please do keep that in mind. I'm not going to be trading today, unlikely to even tomorrow, but Wednesday and Thursday are trading days for me. Right, now let's push over to USD CHF. Right, now, right, if you notice, I was looking for long positions from this level. Okay, I was looking to see if this level would hold, and then if we'd hold above the monthly, okay, then would see easy longs into 83 level and then the 84.7 level. Again, none of that happened. We saw clear multiple rejections, and then price took a stand to the lows. Now I'm going to see if this low does hold. Now we could see again the same scenario with the dollar where we've made a low on the dollar. We haven't on this current pair. So what I'm waiting to see is if price will create a range here, and ideally I'd like to see a SFP occur and then a reclaim of that previous range for clear longs back into this level, right? The monthly first would be the first target, and the second target will be the value area high. Okay, that's the main scenario I'm looking for. I'm not interested in shorts when price is at complete range lows. So that's the idea I have for USD. Let's push over for EU. Right. So we end up seeing that first rejection, right, which I was looking for, but then price ended up pushing back above 1.15, taking out that previous high. So now this structure is sort of shifted, right? What I'm looking for now is you could count this as a break above because we've had a clear candle closure above that level. What I'm currently looking for is now price to either reject from this level or break above. Now I'm looking for more likely rejection, right? Just to play a sort of a pullback, right, into 1.14. Ideally, if price stays above this monthly level, we'll see a reoccurrence of another push high on EU. Okay, but for now, what I'm looking for intraday wise is a actual pullback because we've had a push up on the daily, right? Now I want to see a pullback before we see another continued push higher. So that's sort of the idea I have for EU. This is sort of my point of reference that I'm currently looking for. Right, my demand, if you see here, so this is sort of the levels I'll be watching. Ideally, you want to see price either wick above this high at 1.16, and then see a reclaim of that structure, and then price comes reclaims the previous structure, then it's easy shorts into 1.14, and then ideally wait in to see if this level holds or not. If it does, I'd ideally want to start looking for order flow to look for longs into new highs. Okay, so that's sort of the idea I have for EU. Now gold is actually one of the setups that actually played from previous week. We saw price hold the monthly level, where I was looking for potential hold of this level or a push down a little lower to then actually start seeing price push up to 3,500 highs, which we've actually seen thankful, well, mainly because of the war tensions, right? You'll see gold seen as sort of a safe haven during, you know, situation like this, like we have in the Middle East. So, right, I'm expecting gold to take out those highs at 35. Surprised they haven't already. But on the lower time frames, what you want to ideally be looking is for pullbacks too long. Okay, so this is sort of the zones I'll be looking for longs from. Okay, if price pulls back into 3,370 level, okay, if we see something like this occur, I'll be looking for easy longs, right, targeting 3,500. Very, very simple setup, right? If price pulls back into that key level, you long, all right? Wait for confirmation on the lower time frame, and then you long into high time frame highs, all right? Which is also liquidity. So that's sort of the idea I have for gold. Now let's push over to BTC. Now, okay, so BTC has basically just been range bound, all right, which actually is held up kind of quite well despite what's going on, considering BTC is a risk asset. But currently, I'm looking to see, I'm only looking to play the extremities of this zone, right? Now, given that the monthly has held, it is a good sign. Um, but if we see another pullback into 105, okay, and given that the daily and the weekly level hold, right? Again, it's only Monday, but ideally that these levels actually hold. You want to be looking for a long into 108 level, okay? I don't think price is going to break above 109 level, but if price does come back into this premium level, it's a clear area for shorts back into range lows of 102 for. But this is sort of the idea I have. Okay, I'm not looking to short here. I will be looking for longs at this mid-level range. Okay, this is the mid-level of this range, but ideally this level needs to hold for a rotation back into value area high, and then from there shorts into range lows. Okay, very simple. No need to really overcomplicate it. It is summer, so liquidity is drying up. So we're likely just going to see more choppy conditions across the market as a whole. So I'd recommend stay away from swing trading, push down into lower time frames, and focus on more range bound. Focus on extremities of a range. Okay, that's what's going to make you money if you're trading these markets currently. Right, push over to ETH now. I was looking for price to either come up to the highs of the 3K or take out the lows here. Now, given what we're seeing, this is still just a range. Okay, nothing's really happened. Now, the way price looks here, I'm leaning a bit more bearish, right? Because we've had this liquidity pocket, price took out the highs, and then we entered back into the range. Same thing. This is liquidity, took out the highs, right? Where I was looking for price to come back into this level to short, right? Which I did mention this last week. That if price reclaims this previous high, we're going to see push down, which is exactly what we saw. So that went to plan, but now what I'm looking for is price to come back again, sort of retest 2700, right? Retest the range highs, and then from here I'll be looking to short this puppy back down to range lows to potentially take out the lows at 2300. Okay, I'm leaning more bearish on ETH, given how distributive it looks. Right, we're seeing a lot of exhaustion on the lower time frame. So again, look for shorts at 2700. You want to ideally be playing the extremity of the range. Okay, there's no need to be getting involved in a middle and giving back profits to the market during such conditions. You have to be able to adapt in such conditions. So the way I'll be doing that is only focusing on extremities of the range. Otherwise, I'll just be enjoying my summer. Okay, there's no need to trade this market if the opportunities are not there. So right, so yeah, that's sort of the game plan. Wait for 2700, look for weakness and short into range lows. First target would be 2470, and then second target would actually be the range lows, call it the 2350 region. Okay, so that's sort of the idea for ETH. Solana has actually been playing out quite nicely. If you recall, I was looking for these highs to get swiped before we see any sort of rejection, as I highlighted, and that's exactly what we saw. 163 got taken out, and then we had a reclaim of that low, of that high, and then straight expansion down where we took price took out the lows again at 141. Again, just range bound environment, right? You're seeing liquidity getting taken from one side of the range, right? Then taken out from the other side of the range. Okay, so it's very choppy. But again, if you're trading intraday, you can still make good money. All right. Now let me clear all this up. Right, on the high time frame wise, this is all still very much a range. Okay, if I just extend this a little bit, this is all still very much a range. Okay. Now, given that these lows are holding, okay, I'm looking for these lows to eventually get taken just because of how many times it's tapped into this support, right? So, a rule of thumb is the more times a zone is tapped into, it dries up liquidity from that zone, which means it's just liquidity now, right? To target eventually to come take that level out. So that demand in essence becomes weaker, and this, we're seeing something similar take place here on Solana. So again, depending on how the monthly level fares, if we see this level just chop and hold, showing that price can't trade above this level, right? I'm going to be looking for shorts to come and take out this low here. So I'm looking to target sub 138. But again, my point of reference would be around here. Okay, let me just mark it out. Supply, it's a bit easier. Again, given that this level holds, I'm going to be looking for shorts into sub 138, ideally to take out these lows here. All right, this is all liquidity. Okay, price SFP'd into the yearly level, and now we're seeing basically price range. Okay, so given we see weakness across the board, this is the sort of the setup I have planned for this week. Now, if anything does change, I'll do a midweek review before FOMC, because it is only Monday. So let me know if you guys want to see that. But with all that said and done, I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.